You know, ever since the beginning of the Red Arrow TV show, we've been heading out to Illinois to chase down big bucks.
I just filled my Illinois tag, baby. On a big old 11-pointer. Thank you, Illinois. We're out.
Now, Illinois obviously is famous for big deer, but the reason we keep going back is over the years we've made a lot of good friends out there in Illinois. First, we're going up to see my buddy Rick Carone outside of Chicago. He's a buck commander camera guy. He's a great friend of ours.
Love you.
Yeah, you too, man. We'll see you in Texas, I guess. I hope.
For sure.
If we're down there.
For sure in November.
Then we're going to bounce down to West Central Outfitters with my good friend Joey Cobb. This guy is somebody that a couple of our buddies, Heath and Cut, have had a lot of fun with over the years.
That's service with a smile, son. You put them on us, we'll drag them all day.
We roll up this year, and he's got a full union suit on and a cowboy hat and nothing else, and some boots, I think. The boy ain't right in the head. Now on the second part of the trip, we're heading down to Southern Illinois to see our good friends Jeremy Lou and John Campbell at Campbell, Illinois Whitetail. Some of my best friends in the hunting industry I met through this competition that we did with Campbell cameras. And I killed a buck on the last day that solidified our victory in that particular competition. You know, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Just a bunch of good people coming together. And the competition was almost secondary because we were having so much fun with people that were very much just like ourselves. So it's a place we've got a lot of cool memories from, and we were definitely itching to get back there.
Lord have mercy. You got your mind in the
We got out there the first night. We took the Ranger out and got in this little stand set that we'd hung.
We're deer hunting. Be quiet. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna kill the first thing that I see as long as it's not a small buck. So if a doe comes out, I'm gonna kill her. But let you trophy hunters lose sleep at night and stress out over 190-inch deer, and I'll go ahead and shoot everything else. Day one.
Well, it didn't take long, man, and some deer started moving, and we saw a few deer trickle by, and about the last part of the evening, this big old fat-headed nanny came in there and started smelling around trying to bust us.
You used to be a skeptic, but I made you a believer. Got your mind in the gutter, and I know what you thinking. And I ain't playing with your feelings, I'm just feeling like playing. You picking up what I'm dropping with every word that I'm saying, and I know you getting frustrated. So I've been keeping you waiting, just let me finish the show, and we'll make for the exit. I can tell that you love it by the way that you screaming.
Our scent control and our camo must have done its job because she knew something wasn't right, but she couldn't figure out what it was, and people that watch this show know that we have a zero tolerance policy against does identifying our location.
We gonna start on the floor, go to the ceiling. You got your mind in the guts, and I know what you're thinking. You used to be a skeptic, but I made you a believer.
So when she started to act like she was gonna maybe stomp and maybe blow and possibly scare all the deer away, she got to go.
You good?
That's called an anchor shot.
She's dead as fried chicken right there. I mean, she does.
So when you shoot at a deer like this is a good talking point for bow hunters. When you shoot at a deer like this, obviously you're gonna wanna aim a little bit low. She's 30 yards, so I aimed at her as if she was 25. I probably could have held my 20-yard pin right on her.
Because I held my 30-yard pin like below her armpit, and that's how much she dropped. But you gotta take that into account, man. When deer are that keyed up and they're busting you, they gonna duck.
Watch on this Hoyt Impact replay, you'll see sparks come out of this broadhead. It's wild.
We gotta sneak, son. When does act like that, they get shot. She was blowing up our whole spot. Now we quietly took her out of the herd. No tracking job. We're not gonna mess this area up.
The arrow ended up double lunging her, but that rage opens up so big that it sliced her spinal cord on the way through. It cut right through both lungs.
We're gonna go drag her out of here quiet as we can. We got some back straps in Illinois though. First night, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with shooting a doe. It's especially not when they drop right in their tracks and the ranger's right over there. Can't get no easier than that, baby.
We got some back straps for the Campbell family, and that is a good way to start the Illinois hunting season. First night, doe down in the woods, and we were happy to kill something. Well, I climbed down out of the stand that evening, and I got a phone call from my wife, and she told me that my grandmother had unexpectedly passed away. You know, this wasn't something we were expecting. It wasn't like Granny had been sick, and we were expecting this at any minute. It just kind of came out of the blue, so I immediately packed up the trailer, and you know, we rolled out that next morning, first light. We went home. I spent a couple weeks, week and a half or so with my family, and got back out on the road because, I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? This is our job, so we gotta get back to it, lay down the footage we need. In the middle of this episode, we were in Ohio. Got so frustrated that we said, let's just put this on the back burner, go try to fill our Illinois tag, and come back to try to kill this deer later.
Well, we got to Illinois last night. Got to bed at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Got in the stand this morning. It's a pretty morning. It's a good looking stand anyway. We've already seen a handful of does. So we'll sit tight Illinois day one, see what happens. We'll need to shoot something quick.
Well, we get out there that first morning, and I have a history, for some reason, at Campbell's, being in the competition and all that, for either having encounters with or shooting borderline deer. In a lot of these competitions and with their guide service, they have a minimum antler score requirement for these deer. I shot a deer in the competition that didn't count because it was an inch smaller. And then I shot a whitetail to win the competition that was a couple inches over the minimum requirement. So, of course, I'm thinking to myself, that's just a coincidence. Those two borderline deer during that competition, of course, what comes out the first day of the hunt? About 125-inch 8-point. So I'm looking and I'm thinking, all right, at this point in the season, and most days, let me be honest with you folks, most days I'm ready to shoot whatever. As long as it's a mature deer, I'm ready to kill it.
He's at 60, but I don't have a shot.
Now this deer's in range. He's within my effective archery range. The footage, you know, he's kind of far and he hadn't really come in yet, so we just decided borderline deer, almost out of range, not great camera footage, we'll just pass on him for today.
That's exciting. Huh? That's exciting. Yeah. It would have been real exciting if we were 20 yards closer that way. And he was bleeding to death right now.
All we saw that day was this same 8-pointer again, passed on him again, but he did come in there and put on a show.
Daggone, he's coming right to us. Get a freaking deer kill. What do we gotta do? Should I leave my bow in the freaking hanger? God, I can't decide. It would not be the first questionable deer I shot at Campbell's. He's not 125. If he was anywhere else but right here, I'd kill him. I don't know what to say about that. If he was 123, probably. The minimum here is 125. I don't care about that personally, but $750 fine if you shoot one that's too small. And I was thinking about writing a check. I should have killed that deer. Been kind of slow this sit. We had a little buck come through, and we've got a couple options. We're gonna move over in this other block of woods probably today. We only got a couple more days to try to get it done. And we still got an Ohio tag, and we need a little bit of luck, man. We need a momentum swing. We got off to a bad start out in Nebraska this season, and it just seemed like everything sort of snowballed on us after that. Sometimes you just gotta get lucky. That's what we need to get right now. Lucky. Well, we didn't get skunked today, but I guess we got raccooned. It's always a hot day. One raccoon and one butt of a deer. I don't know, man, maybe there's an answer to this riddle out there somewhere, but this season seems like a catastrophe of bad luck so far. Well, we're back here where the 8-pointer lives. We hesitated and passed on him while he was 24 yards tending the scrape. But there's a little rule at this camp that states that if you shoot a buck that is under 125 inches, you have to pay a $750 fine. My job dictates that I kill deer, but that money make you hesitate a little bit. That's why they got big deer, but I can promise you this, if I gotta render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, I will do it in the name of killing this deer tonight. Which is why he probably won't come in. I'd be okay if a bigger one came in. There's another deer right here. He's following me. He's gonna come out right where that dude came out. He's an 8-pointer. Yeah, he's not the big 8. 2-year-old. Another little buck comes by in bow range. He's just too small. I'm ready to kill something, but too young and too small.
Well, we jump back to our original stand location, and wouldn't you know it, like clockwork, here comes that 8-pointer. Chases the does all up under our tree. He's coming out in the shooting lane, and of course, he sprints through my shooting lane chasing the doe. Now I'm handcuffed, facing the wrong direction. The buck is on Josh's side of the tree, so I can't get a shot at him. The does are less than 5 yards away from the base of the tree behind me, so I can't really move. It's a pretty tense situation. He looks right up in the tree stand. You know, we're locked down in a Mexican standoff here with these deer because the does are looking one way, the buck's looking the other way, and we're caught right in the middle. We did our scent control pretty meticulous, but I just can't believe it because we got deer 360 degrees and nothing has smelled us yet. Any little shift in your weight on the tree stand or scratching your jacket up against a tree and they could be out of there in seconds. Our real tree camo must have worked, man, because he shook it off and just presented a broadside shot at under 10 yards. It's kind of like being in a fight and hitting the guy one good time and he's almost about to go unconscious. Hit him again. And that's the same thing I do to deer. If I get an arrow in them and they're not dead as a hammer or running as fast as they can, I'm flinging some more beaming shafts at him. I can promise you that.
Net.
See, if you make that deer bleed more now, you will spend less money in flashlight batteries at night looking for him.
He was bleeding good. He just got in so close on me. I should have held it higher, like higher up on his body, but I tell you, I was about to give out, man. My arms, look at how bad I'm shaking from the cold and from the freaking adrenaline. Just, whew. I got that second shot off through those sticks. I don't know what that second arrow did to him, but it can't be doing anything good for him, you know? I know I had to get another. Anytime they act funny like that, you ought to get a second shot in them if you can. You can see where it blew through him. I got a chunk of hair, but she's painted pretty good now, but here's the impressive part. Look right there, in only one step, look how much he's already dumping. Just dumping blood. That's unreal.
The problem was we were seeing amazing blood, but we had gone just over that 100-yard mark. A deer can be bleeding out on his last leg and you jump him up and he gets that adrenaline going and he's still gonna die probably, but he could go another 150, 200 yards.
We're back out here giving the deer some time. I mean, looking at that blood trail, he doesn't need any time. He's dead right now, but better to be safe than sorry.
You got it?
Yeah, I might owe you there, but nah, I figured that fine it jumps up tomorrow, so I better go ahead and whack him tonight while he's cheap, you know.
You know, our buddies Stymie and Steve were coming back that next morning to help us find the deer, and we pick on them because they're the old New Jersey Yankees.
Hey, we didn't lose the war, we quit because we wanted to go hunting.
But we have such a good time together, and it just goes to show you that no matter what part of the country, no matter how far north or how far west you go, you can always find rednecks.
Oh, you son.
Yo, bud. Hey, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Doggone, I forgot my checkbook. Old Ted Nugent, Uncle Ted would be proud of me. I'm in a pattern now with Campbell's. It's one under, one over, one under. So next year, I'm gonna kill a big one. Just a cool deer. I'm proud to have him too. And that deer came in, put on the show, man. He made a bunch of scrapes and stood there at 30 yards, I think 3 days in a row.
One cool thing about hunting at Campbell, Illinois whitetails is their camera shop for campbellcameras.com is right beside the hunting lodge. It's cool to see the latest and greatest stuff, and we usually leave there with about 2 or 3 cameras every time we go. Man, a big thanks to Joey Cobb from West Central Outfitters. We'll have to get back there next year and take a rain check on getting a full week of hunting in. And definitely a big thanks to the Campbell Illinois Whitetails, and Jeremy Lou and all you guys out there, Stymie and Steve and everybody. Can't say enough about the quality of deer that they have and the quality of people that are taking care of you while you're out there.
And having a good time out in God's creation. How you doing? We'll be finished here in a second. Just take your time. Feel free to browse and check out the large dead deer that's just in the woods there. He's actually right in front of you guys. If your fawn has never seen a dead body, I don't suggest keeping going that. Well, that's up to you. You're the parent, not me, right? Does, these modern does, raising their kids just, yeah. What'd I tell you? Raising their kids lawless.